Sergeants, please call the members, have them report to the council chambers so we can begin our work for today. Seat. Today is Wednesday, December 5th. I want to welcome you to City Hall and to this Los Angeles City Council. This council meets every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Madam Clerk, we do have a quorum. Would you please call a roll?
Blumenfield, Bonin, Buscaino, Cedillo, Englander, Herstassen, Weezer, Koretz, Krikorian, Martinez, O'Farrell, Price, Rodriguez, Rue-Wesson. 10 members present and a quorum, Mr. President.
Thank you. First order of business.
Approval of the minutes.
Koretz moves, Rue seconds. Next.
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
Buscaino moves, Harris Dawson seconds.
Mr. President, there is a request to continue item 35B to January 16th.
Okay, so ordered. In fact, you know what I think I'm going to do right now, Madam Clerk? I'm going to jump right into our presentation for today. If Mr. Englander. Good morning, Mr. President and members. I'm going to ask Mr. Rue to join me on this presentation. If I can get Jean and Laura and Pastor Boyd and some others to come up and surround me, please come on up. Jean, you want to get over here? Good morning, everyone. Today is a unique and a special day. It wasn't too long ago that I was at an event with my dear friend Gene Kim and some of his friends and associates, and they came up to me and they said, "Why don't we recognize Koreatown on December 8th?" And I said, "Well, don't we already recognize Korean American Day?" And they said, "Yes, and we love Korean American Day, and it's a very important day, but let us recognize our home, our town, Koreatown, lovingly referred to as K-Town." And so then I started to do some research. And I think it's very appropriate that on December 8th, we recognize Koreatown, because on December 8th in 1980, that's when the first boundaries of Koreatown were formed. And we're fortunate to have with us today, again, my dear friend, Gene Kim, and one of the founders of Koreatown. So let's give Gene and all of the founders of Koreatown a round of applause. It's an honor to briefly, it's a lot to say, and I'm going to try, Mr. Rue, to make it as quickly as I can, but it's a very important day. I don't want to miss anybody. I don't want to miss anything. I know I will, so I'm going to apologize in advance. And I'll just say this quickly as an aside about Mr. Kim. The first time that I went to Korea, Mr. Kim put together the trip. And on that trip was the former president of this council, John Ferraro. And Gene took us to a tailor shop in a place called Itaewon. The tailor was Harvard Taylor, and he made shirts for us. And what the tailor told me, whose name was also Mr. Kim, is that making a shirt for John Ferraro, that it was the longest sleeve that he had ever made in his career as a tailor. But what a lot of people don't know, in the late 70s and early 80s, Koreatown was not the hustling, bustling part of town that it is today. There were a few merchants, and there were some property owners, but not a lot. And there were some Korean restaurants. The first Korean restaurant I ever went to was Wooleok on Western. And Mr. Kim and some of the other founders decided that they wanted to make Koreatown more than that they wanted to establish Koreatown. That part of our city was in decline. The rents were low. The property was cheap. They had a handful of organizations like the Korean Federation and I think the Chamber, and there was a big senior citizen organization. Today, after they came together to create this area of the city, there are dozens and dozens of nonprofits that do everything from helping individuals get their citizenship, to English classes, to showing people how to work with government. Back then, Gene, there really wasn't a high-ranking member from the Korean community that worked in City Hall. And today, because of the work in K-Town, almost all of our offices have representatives from the Koreatown community. The first staff member was a guy named Charles Kim, who eventually went out to help found KAC, whose wife was the first Korean American woman elected to the California State Assembly, and she just narrowly lost a race for Congress. The prices, the area that was in decline, now that area is booming and helping to carry the entire city of Los Angeles with it. Because of the renaissance of the Koreatown area, it has played a critical role to the city of Los Angeles as a whole. In fact, there are people that refer to Koreatown as Downtown West, because now we have a lot of positive development and things are going on. What has happened, Koreatown is now one of the most diverse areas within the city of Los Angeles, with a very strong relationship with the AME Church, and I'm proud to be joined today by Pastor Edgar Boyd, who's helped forge that relationship over the years. Organizations like the Latino Coalition and OLA, to add to the numerous community-based organizations in Koreatown. And I'm just proud that it was the hard work by this man who came here, started with a small bookstore, began to bring people together, and now Koreatown, like I said, is hustling and bustling. Last Thursday in the rain, and one night I went to 3 Korean events that were both packed, one of which by Korean Federation, headed by Laura Jung here, that you couldn't find a seat. Times are changing. The Korean community's gifts to the city of Los Angeles has helped make us the greatest city in the world, in my opinion. And so I could go on and on and on. But I do believe that it is appropriate that we recognize December 8th as the beginning. And what individuals from the Korean community are going to do on this day and the next few days is they're going to do outreach and community service. And so it's an honor to stand here today with my dear friend Gene Kim, who is lovingly referred to as one of the godfathers of the Koreatown community. So I'd now like to ask Mr. David Rue if he would say a few words. David?
Excuse me. David,
then Eugene. Oh, wait. And also, Gene, I had the honor of being the best man at his wedding.
Thank you, Mr. President, and good morning, colleagues, and happy Koreatown Day. Not Korean American Day, which we will celebrate next month in January to recognize the first Korean immigrants to the United States, but this is local to Los Angeles, and only in Los Angeles do we have the original Koreatown. So happy Koreatown Day. Thank you, Council President Wesson, for recognizing this day, because Koreatown is home to thousands of Korean American families and local businesses, and is known as the most exciting place to eat in America. A bustling hub of entrepreneurs, artists, and community nonprofits, it is the beating heart of the nation's largest Korean American community, and it is about time that we have an official Koreatown Day. When my family first moved to this country, Koreatown was a central part of not only my childhood, but for the lives of so many others. It's where we went shopping, where we went to church, and where I developed my sense of service to others. Like so many other Korean American families, Koreatown was a springboard to a better life. And the restaurants, community centers, and churches were the support system that made that better life possible. It was not just because of all the Korean Americans who lived there, but because of the incredible community groups and nonprofits like the Koreatown Youth and Community Center, the Korean American Federation, the Korean American Family Service Center, the Korean Immigrant Workers Alliance, Korean American Coalition, and the list goes on and on and on. Some of these groups have been there since the beginning, and others rose out of the 1992 LA riots to help rebuild. But both reveal the strength and the resilience and the resolve of the Korean American people of Los Angeles to stand up and be counted. But Koreatown was not built easily or overnight. It took vision and it took courage of people like Dr. Gene Kim and many of the other first generations that are here today in the community to build one of the most dynamic communities in Los Angeles and one of the most important neighborhoods to all Korean Americans. As an Angelino who grew up near Koreatown, I want to thank Dr. Kim and all the founders of Koreatown for giving me and this city a neighborhood to be proud of. Thank you and happy Koreatown Day. Oh, wait, Mr. President, you asked me to recognize the hard job of recognizing the many organizations that are here, and I know I'm going to miss some of a few. I mentioned some, but of course we also have the Korean Consul General's Office, of course the Korean American Federation Los Angeles, the Korean American Foundation, the Korean National Association Memorial Foundation, the Wilshire Center Koreatown Neighborhood Council, the Korean Patriots League, and we also have our neighbors and other ethnic groups representing other groups as well, such as the Ebell Theater, the historic, iconic Ebell Theater, and of course, First AME Church. And I hope I didn't miss anyone. Thank you, Mr. President.
At this point, I think we want to bring up to say a few words the individual that was involved in the very beginning, Mr. Doctor, my friend Gene. We want to thank you for all of your work. Members, please let's give a salute to Gene Kim.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank our honored council members for their continued support for the years to the Korean community and businesses. On December 8th, 1980, the Koreatown specific plan was approved by the City Council. Thus, culturally and economically, this Koreatown area in Los Angeles has developed into a rich historical landmark where many communities come together to break bread, work together, and to pave the path to the future. I thank our council members, our Korean community, and the next generation for their commitment and efforts to continuously grow, develop, and dream together. Thank you so very, very much. Thank you.
If we could have Laura Jung say a few words. Laura?
Thank you. Good morning, Honorable Council President Wesson and council members. On behalf of the Korean American Federation of Los Angeles, I would like to thank you for passing this historic resolution to proclaim Koreatown Day. Koreatown Day is about recognizing the history and significance of Koreatown as a social, cultural, and economic epicenter of the Korean American community. It is also about embracing its diversity and multi-ethnic members. LA's Koreatown is the largest in the world outside of Korea. Korean Americans from all over Southern California come to LA because of Koreatown. More than a geographical place, Koreatown is inseparable and synonymous with the Korean American identity, linking our older and future generations. It symbolizes the Korean American community and unites us as one. As we look ahead, KAFLA is working with preparing the next generation to lead Koreatown and to preserve our culture. On this momentous occasion, I'd like to give special recognition to Dr. Jin Kim, who originally planted the seed for Koreatown on December 8, 1972, the late council member David Cunningham Jr. for bringing forth the resolution to plant Koreatown in 1980, and the Korea American History Museum and Koreatown Day Committee for working with the city to pass this historic resolution. Thank you very much.
So is Grace Park? Grace, where are you from the museum?
Right here.
Please, come on. I saw you earlier.
Yes, very. Hello, it is my honor to introduce Pastor Edgar J. Boyd to speak about his thanks about Koreatown Day today and to offer our thanks from the Korean American History Museum for honoring us with Koreatown Day for the community. Thank you.
Pastor.
Yeah, yeah, please. Thank you, Mr. President, and all the members of the City Council of Los Angeles, and more particularly my Councilman Marquise Harris Dawson, and to Dr. Kim, and to Dr. Chung, and to the rest of the leaders in the Korean American community here in Los Angeles. 50 years ago, when this community back home was languishing and had a better idea and had a hope to find a better way of doing business and raising their families and expanding, extending their culture throughout the world. Visionaries like Gene Kim left and came and took their place in cities like Los Angeles and others, particularly on the north and northwestern coast of this country, and now throughout the country of America. And they organized, they worked hard, and when I pastored a smaller church just down 79th and Western called Bethel AME Church from 1986 until 1992, just prior to the social unrest, I got a chance to be introduced to the Korean American community and got a chance to meet Dr. Kim then. Not knowing that we would have a chance to stand on the same stage today and look at matters and opportunity from a different vantage point and celebrate it in a different way. They have persevered, they have been vigilant, and they have done nothing short of creating a miracle for themselves culturally, ethnically, economically, and in other ways and other means. When I left in 1992 to go north to work in San Francisco, we had a rather marginalized Korean American community struggling with organizations like K-Grow, Korean American Grocers and Retailers Association, and it's grown now to a multifaceted economic engine. And when I left, they had flea markets and they had small shops on street corners, but now they have gallerias and great major banks throughout the area. And the swath of property from Crenshaw all the way down past Vermont and from the 10 freeway all the way up to Wilshire and points beyond that are standing today as a tremendous testimony of their vigilance and their determination to prosper. And as they have prospered, there has been a residual prosperity for the city of Los Angeles. And the African-American community stands with First AME in saluting them for the great work that they have done and for the movements that they have started to inure to the diversity and for the inclusion that they represent. And we're just happy. They have come from perhaps the smallest representation now to become the owners and builders of the highest building west of the Mississippi River called the Intercontinental Hotel, built by Korean Airlines. So it's just amazing what this community has done, and we stand today to celebrate with them in this great milestone. Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, members of the Korean American community.
Yes, representing the Council General.
Thank you very much. I'm Deputy Council General from Korea. I think today is a really historic moment for Korean American community here. Thank you, for this great resolution. Somebody said there are huge challenges for Korean Americans here, but with fortitude and enduring belief, they helped the area to develop its city. This modern and prospering communities. And I hope this city of LA provide further support for the Korean American community to contribute the cultural diversity and economic prosperity to LA and beyond. Thank you very much.
Okay, and now Gene, and if we could all kind of gather around, I'd like to present you the first ever Koreatown Day resolution passed by the City of Los Angeles. Let's give him one more round of applause. Mr. President, thank you. Here, we'll go this way. Thank you. Now, come on.
Sir, you need to go back. Yes, everybody back. 2 steps back, please. Please, back. On this side, yes. There we go. Yes, because we have this. Okay. All right. Oh, there we go. Oh. We have it. Okay, perfect. Perfect. All right. That's all right. We don't. Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, I'm too
tall. Just tilt it forward. Okay. And the lovely lady right behind the council president. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. There you did it. You did it. Okay, everybody, right here. 1, 2, 3. Big smiles. Let me just looking very good. Hang on. 1, 2, 3. Good. Tilt the certificate forward just a bit. There we go. Very nice. Perfect. Perfect. That's good. It's just the light, so tilt. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Council President. Okay. Here we go. One more, everybody, right here, smiling. Very nice. Good. Great. Thank you.
She's here today because the event theater is focused on community engagement and diversity. And they're neighbors with Koreatown, and they want to support and be here because it's a very special day for Koreans, Korean Americans, and all their community supporters. So I would love for you guys to intermingle, meet different people in the room, and find ideas how we can make next year's Koreatown Day just as special as today. Thank you. So 그냥 yes. So if you could say a few words, thank you.
It's my honor to be here today, but I also would like you to know that the eval is more than theater, which I know you're very familiar with. We have a women's club with 600 members, and I would encourage you, ladies, and actually we have gentlemen members also, but I have membership information that I brought with me today because we would welcome you as members. We have a wide range of programs and events, and we are very interested in reaching out to your community because after all, we are neighbors. So anyway, thank you very much for including me today, and congratulations on Koreatown Day.
Ginger.
Yes.
Is the more than mouthful catering belong to Evil Theater Banquet Room, or it's a separate organization?
No, the club, excuse me, the eval club is also an event space. I mean, you can imagine the building was built in 1927, and you can imagine with a building that old, it's a challenge to keep it restored and in good shape. So the rentals, the theater rentals, and we rent out for films and weddings. And if you want to get married at eval, you can't do it until 2020 because we're already booked for 2019. So anyway, but we have a wide variety of, large rooms, the whole club, small rooms, whatever. And we have an excellent chef, so if you're interested in holding a banquet there, I encourage you to talk to our special events department. But anyway, it's the retail side of the club keeps the women's club going because we could, as you can imagine, we need a subsidy. But anyway, and the theater, of course, I know is a big part of your community. Just as I was leaving the club this morning, I ran into the theater director, and I told him that I was coming here, and he said, "Oh yes," he said, "it's the home. Our theater is the home of the Korean community." So anyway, we appreciate your business, but ladies, I do encourage you to consider joining, and our meetings and events are always open to the public. So if you don't want to, we can wait and join. You could attend something and then decide if you want. Grace is a new member, and that's why I'm here. She came to our open house in September, which we had, I think, about 500 people attended, and we got 125 new members, and here she is, and here I am. But anyway, thank you, and actually we have gentlemen members, and I just signed up our 600th member on Monday, and he's a gentleman. So we are very inclusive, so thank you.
If you're a member, is there any benefit to using the Evil Theater? Any discount to using the theater?
No, it's unfortunately.
No. It has nothing to do.
Well, if you're a member for after 2 years, then you get a small discount if you want to have a party or a wedding or something. But
not theater part.
Not really. No.
May I have one question?
Yes.
I represent Yonsei University Alumni Association Yonsei Choir. We have a few times consulted Evil Theater. The program you have is piano is no good work. So whenever we bring the concert, we have to charter the piano from outside, costing $800 or $1,000. So many the people work have a concert or whatever complain about the piano.
Okay.
I hope you have a new piano.
Okay, no, thank you. This is good information. Maybe I have to do a couple of the white piano. No, that's fine.
So any other questions? Maybe after the event, we'll focus on the Evil Theater, but today is a day for you. So let's celebrate the Korean community. Thank you so much.
그걸로 하고 나보다는 오늘 많이 해야 돼.
No, you're so good. I'm going to introduce you now.
No, 그렇게 해서. 오케이.
한국말로 스피치 하나 해줘. 그럼 그럼 제가 인트로덕션
정말 오늘 대단히 한인 커뮤니티 코리아타운 역사가 또 한 번 정말 위대한 그런 그 장을 마련한 날입니다. 저희들이 여기 김진영 회장님이 미국의 코리아타운을 만들겠다는 꿈 하나를 가지고 오셔서 코리아타운을 만든 지 46년이 됩니다. 그래서 오늘 LA시에서 그 코리아타운 데이를 정해 주는 건 굉장히 제가 그동안에 일하면서 어려웠습니다. 그렇지만 허브에슨 시의장님이 그렇게 서포트해서 오늘 잘 우리의 고유 코리아타운 생일날 창립기념일 또 그걸 만든 아주 자랑스러운 날인데 정말 오늘 바쁘신데 시청의 행사에 여기 다 오셨고 또 여기까지 오셔서 저는 정말 이렇게 큰 절을 한번 하고 싶은 마음입니다. 그리고 저는 이제 신문사에 오래 있었고 지금은 역사 자료를 모아서 후대에 전하는 일을 하는데 제가 이제 얼마 있으면 코리아타운을 떠날 이렇게 나이가 그러니까 우리 차세대 시대가 활짝 열려가고 있는데 코리아타운 데이를 만들어서 그분 차세대들이 코리아타운을 더욱 사랑하고 더욱 아끼고 더욱 외국분들하고 더 많은 그런 더불어 사는 그런 곳이 됐으면 해서 그 날을 만들게 됐습니다. 그냥 전 인사말로 이렇게 드리고 이제부터 모든 순서는 저와 이번에 코리아타운을 만드는 일을 함께한 차세대의 아주 유능한 우리는 좋은 또 우리 일꾼이자 티저다라고 생각을 하는데 우리 그레이스 박이 이제부터 순서는 다 진행을 할 겁니다. 땡큐. 이제 다 거기 있는 대로 그대로 순서대로 그대로 하세요. 한국말도 잘하고 여기서 태어났는데 한국말도 아주 잘하고 다 합니다.
아니에요. Okay. First, I would like to express my thank you to Chairman Min of the Korean American History Museum because he has been very passionate and very dedicated to working with Dr. Jean Kim, Congressman Herb Watson, and many of the Koreatown community leaders to make Koreatown Day happen today. So thank you, Chairman Min. And then, thank you. Okay. So I'd like to introduce our first speaker that will engage us on Koreatown Day, Dr. Jean Kim, and bring him to the stand to have a few words about our community engagement for Koreatown Day. 오늘 행사 첫 축하 메시지를 Dr. Jean Kim 회장님이 오늘 모셔서 스피킹 하시면 좋겠습니다. 감사합니다.
여러분 감사합니다. 제가 젊었을 때 여기 왔는데요. 저 50년 전에 왔는데 지금 여기에 오신 분들이 다 나이가 많으신 분들이 많습니다. 근데 우리 시대는 조금 더 위 시대는 우리나라를 일본에게 강점당해 가지고 식민지 돼 있을 때 우리 애국자들이 목숨을 바치고 자기 목숨을 바치면서라도 나라와 민족이 잘 되면 좋다. 그런 희생을 하면서 우리나라를 위해서 일했습니다. 저는 그 시대에서 조금 지난 그 시대 정신의 말미에 제가 젊은 세대였습니다. 여러분들도 저와 거의 비슷한 분들도 많이 계시는데 제가 미국에 왔을 때만 해도 우리나라가 가난했었고 또 우리가 우리 자신이 희생하더라도 우리나라와 우리 동포들이 잘 되면 좋다. 그런 생각을 가진 시대였습니다. 그래서 저는 그 뿔뿔이 헤어져서 우리 민족들이 영어를 못해가지고 막노동하고 고급 그 교육을 받은 분들이 여기 와서 전부 고생하는 것을 뿔뿔이 헤어져서 고생하시는 모습들을 보면서 빨리 우리도 일본 타운이나 중국 타운이나 멕시칸 타운이나 이런 그 커뮤니티를 형성해야 우리의 목소리가 미국 주류 사회에 닿을 수가 있다. 그런 생각에서 제가 코리아 타운을 형성해야 된다. 코리안 커뮤니티를 형성해서 우리의 코리안의 힘을 우리가 키워야 된다는 정말 우리의 지위를 향상시키기 위해서 제 희생을 감수하면서 열심히 코리아타운을 만드는 일념으로 일했습니다. 제가 지금 여기에 서서 이렇게 뭐 영광을 받으려고 시작한 것도 아니고 저는 그 당시에 정말로 애국심으로 그리고 우리 동포들을 사랑하는 마음으로 일했습니다. 그런데 지금 이렇게 저한테 이렇게 오늘 시의회에서나 포상을 하는 걸 보면서 제가 좀 시작할 때 이런 영광을 받으려고 한 것이 아닌데 그렇게 되고 보니까 좀 송구스러운 마음도 있었습니다. 그러니까 여러분들 우리가 지금은 코리아타운이 정말 라시의 랜드마크처럼 여러분 우리 코리아타운에 지금 건물도 많이 짓고 우리 코리아타운이 지금 상당히 그 미국 LA시에서는 활발한 지역입니다. 그런 걸 볼 때 지금 감개무량하고 오늘도 특히 이런 날을 당하니까 우리 역사박물관 민관장님한테 감사합니다. 여러분 감사합니다.
우리 제이미 황 우리 보좌관 오셨다. 예.
우리 제이미 황 씨한테 박수 한번 보내주세요. 거부했던 지원이 아주 제일 사랑하는 보좌관입니다.
예, 안녕하세요.
This is Deputy Jamie Hwang of Herb Wesson's Councilman Herb Wesson's office. She'd like to say a few words really quickly. Thank you.
네, 여러분 안녕하세요. 저는 Herb Wesson 시 의장 사무실 한인타운 보좌관 제이미 황입니다. 예, 이렇게 뜻하지 만나주셔서 반갑고요. 네, 오늘 아침에 고생하신 분들에게 다 너무 감사드리고요. 같이 시티 카운슬 프레젠테이션 참여하신 분들한테 너무 감사드리고 시 의장님은 아쉽게 아직 시청에 계세요. 그래서 제가 서둘러서 인사드리러 여기 왔거든요. 근데 제가 여기 들리고 싶었던 두 번째 이유는요. 이 모든 행사를 준비하느라고 고생 많으셨던 분이 한 명이 있어요. 그래서 저희가 특별 상장을 준비했거든요. Mr. Min, 민 선생님 올라와 주셨으면 네, 저희가 서프라이즈로 하나 만들어드렸어요.
네, 너무너무
축하드립니다. 고생 많으셨어요. 신발은 가려주세요. 제가 급해서 신발을 못 가르쳤어요.
같이 축하합니다.
여기도.
정말 꿈에 든것 같습니다.
오늘 행사 잘 즐기시고요. 맛있는 것도 드시고 네 오늘 오셔서 감사합니다. Congratulations on 한인타운의 날. Thank you.
So Deputy Jamie Hwang wants to give our deep thanks for everyone for supporting Koreatown Day, and Councilman Herb Wesson's office is very excited that we have such dedicated, passionate people that are filled with history, determination, and brought together a beautiful community. Thank you. So now, that was a surprise visit. We'll move on to our next speaker, and it is 황인상 LA 부총영사님이 초대합니다.
고맙습니다.
Yes.
오늘은 정말 잔칫날 같습니다. 우리 코리아타운 데이를 이끌어냈던 모든 분들이 아마 다 모이신 것 같습니다. 정말 축하드리고요. 저는 작년 여름에 부임을 했기 때문에 이 상황을 좀 더 객관적으로 볼 수 있을 것 같습니다. 이건 정말 우리 한인 이민사에 있어서 굉장히 획을 긋는 하나의 순간이 아닐까 생각을 해봅니다. 되게 주류 그 사회 행사를 가보면 되게 한인 사회를 세 가지 단어로 지칭을 하는데 한인 사회가 이코노믹 프로스페러티를 가져왔고 또 컬처럴 다이버시티를 가져왔고 또 에듀케이셔널 어컴플리시먼트를 가져왔다라는 이 세 개 말을 항상 씁니다. 근데 다만 저희가 아쉬운 게 이제 폴리티컬한 그런 어스펙트가 좀 부족했던 것이 여태까지 사실이었고 최근에 여러 가지 우리 커뮤니티 차원의 노력으로 인해서 또 많은 또 한인 정치인이 탄생을 하고 또 오늘 그 코리안데이 그 결의안이 채택된 것도 그러한 결과가 아닌가 생각을 합니다. 그래서 우리 모두 우리 어르신들 노력하신 결과가 아닌가 싶고요. 우리 커뮤니티에 여러 가지 이슈들이 많이 있습니다. 금년에도 많이 있었고 또 많이 또 해결되고 있고 아직도 미결인 것도 있습니다만 오늘 또 새로운 이 날을 또 계기로 해서 우리 또 더 차세대가 더욱더 참여해서 우리 또 코리아타운이 더욱 역동적으로 발전할 수 있는 계기가 됐으면 좋겠습니다. 축하드립니다.
부총 영사관님, you speak English very well. Could you say that one more time in English? 부탁드립니다.
I'm sorry, I'm not an English native speaker, but congratulations. And I came to LA last year, August, and every time I visit or I attend a mainstream society event, I heard that about the Korean immigration, this Korean community. They really brought about this economic prosperity, cultural diversity, and educational accomplishment. And based on this, actually, Korean community achieved a lot. And today this signifies and also good partnership between the Korean community and the city of LA. So I congratulations to all. Thank you.
So we have our final speaker for today, and her name is Scarlett, President. 오셨어요, 네?
안 오셨고
네.
여기 로라 전 회장님을 대신해서 그 코리아타운을 지키는 그런 일을 하신 그 대표께서 저 한번 나가서 얘기할게요.
네, 한인회를 대표하실
회장님이
네.
못 오셔서
네.
원점에 그 코리아타운 하는 그 단체 회장님이세요.
네. 감사합니다.
대신 해달라고.
네, 안녕하십니까. 한타지 키미 시민연대 대표 헬렌 킴입니다. 로라 전 회장님 그리고 한인회를 대표해서 제가 말씀을 드리게 됐는데요. 우선은 저는 이 한인타운 코리아타운 데이가 이렇게 진행되고 있는 걸 전혀 몰랐어요. 이제 우리 회장님이 저한테 이제 연락을 주셔서 꼭 참여해라라고 해주셔서 왔을 때 너무너무 지금 프라우드해요. 저는 8살 때 미국에 왔고 지금 미국에 40년을 살게 되는데 너무너무 프라우드하고 아주 그냥 감동적인 날인 것 같아요. 근데 이런 게 다 1세대 여기 계신 분들 그리고 이제 우리가 이제 좀 더 참여하는 이제 1.5세 2세들이 지금 이제 많이 이제 동참해서 하려고 하는데 너무 감사드리고요. 저는 한 게 없지만 너무 감사드리고 너무 아주 감격한 날인 것 같아요. 역사적인 날인 것 같아요. 이민 역사 100년에 이렇게 전 미국에 이렇게 이런 날은 처음이고 마지막은 아닐 거라고 기대하게 됩니다. I just want to say I'm from Korean American Advocacy Group. My name is Helen Kim. In taking replacement for Lara Jun for Korean American Federation of Los Angeles. I just want to say that today is such a landmark day. It's not just any day within our immigration history, 100 years. I think this is one of the most moving, most heartfelt day, even though I didn't contribute a lot to this process. But as an immigrant who came here at 8 years old, living here for 40 years, I think it's just proud is just not enough. I think it's a day that embarks our over 100 years immigration history, and being the world's biggest ethnic town in the U.S., I think it represents being pioneers of making this type of day. Thank you very much.
이번에는 윌서 코리아타운 그 네이버훗 카운슬의 회장님이세요.
Okay.
간단히 인사 말씀 좀.
I'd like to introduce the Wilshire Neighborhood Council President Bill Robinson to speak today. Thank you.
저는 역사를 굉장히 좋아합니다. 우리 한국 역사를 보면은 5,000년 동안 흘러온 역사인데 참 끈질긴 역사라고 생각해요. 조상님들이 보통 분들이 아니신 것 같아. 왜냐? 원나라도 중국을 점령했어요. 땅을 얼마나 뺏겼는지 아시죠? 내몽고가 길이가 2,000몇 킬로미터예요. 그 정도 뺏겼어요. 그 전에는 외몽고까지 뺏겼는데 모택동이 스탈린하고 딜을 해가지고 그걸 넘겨주긴 하고. 청나라 때 청나라가 중국을 먹었어. 청나라는 만주 땅 다 뺏겼습니다. 그러니까 대한민국은 아직도 보존하고 있습니다. 그리고 어떻게 해서 올림픽을 그 당시에 이제 한인타운을 어디다 정하냐 그런 말이 나왔을 때 제퍼슨하고 알링턴에도 여기는 어떠냐. 그런데 우리 김 회장님이 조상님들한테 무슨 영감을 받았는지 모르지만 나는 여기 올림픽이 좋은데 여기다 저기 저 바이링구얼 간판 달고 우리 한국 사람들도 여기서 한 자리 잡았다. 그런데 얼마나 좋아요. 우리 좀 보세요. 다 빠져나가니까 우리한테 그냥 저절로 불러 들어왔어. 아니 대한민국의 조상님들은 진짜 무서운 분들이십니다. 그리고 한국 분들은 어디 가셔도 성공을 하시고 앞으로 코리아타운은 영원히 훌륭해질 것이라고 저는 믿습니다. 감사합니다. Okay, basically I was saying that, in Asia, ancestors are very important. I think the Korean people have the strongest ancestors. Because if you look at the East Asian history, you had Kublai Khan, who took over entire China. Okay? After the occupation, they lost so much of their land to China. And Qing Dynasty, obviously from Manchuria. And those people occupied China. Then they lost all of the northeast. They call it Dongbei. In Chinese, they call it Dongbei. Manchuria is called Dongbei. But Koreans maintained their culture for 5,000 years. I mean, you talk about China being a 3,000-pound gorilla. They ate up everything like a Pac-Man land. But Korea maintained its culture, its language, its food, totally different from China. And so I said, Korean ancestors, they must be so strong. On the other side, looking after the Korean people. And also in LA, Mr. Gene had the foresight to chose, there was other candidate locations like Arlington and Jefferson. He decided, no, we'll do it right here in Olympia. So by default, we took over Wilshire Center. All those high-rises by default. And if you really look at it, even Chinese that were here first, 중국 사람들이 여기 먼저 왔었잖아요. Japanese came here first. They all went Torrance, they went to San Gabriel Valley. They were jealous of Koreatown having this location. I know, because I talk to them all the time. So Korean ancestors looking after Korean people like you do not believe. And they should be proud. And given that history, Koreatown will continue to develop and do well for eternity, for perpetuity.
Thank you. Now we would like to award the community leaders and business leaders in Koreatown that have been established for over 40 years in our community. So I'm going to invite Chairman Min of the Korean American History Museum to do the honors of awarding the recipients together.
오늘 행사를 하는데 시의장님께서 한인 커뮤니티에 아주 훌륭한 분 몇 분을 추천을 잘 해달라는 것과 그렇게 해서 한인타운을 그렇게 크게 이렇게 오늘 만드는데 수고한 분들에게 그 공로장을 드린다는 그런 말씀이 있었습니다. 그래서 저희들이 그 세 번을 그 시의장님에게 물론 제가 뭐 한두 번 미리 말씀은 나누는데 그래서 세 번을 그 LA 한인타운의 날에 그 공로상을 드리는 그런 세 분을 그렇게 네 분을 했습니다. 그래서 제가 한 분 나오시면 이것도 시의장님이 여기 오셔서 드리기로 했는데 세션이 있어서 못 오셔서 그래서 네 분을 그 드리는 건데 이건 드리기가 저희들이 어렵지만 우리 김진영 코리아타운 파운더 및 코리안 페스티벌 창시자님을 앞으로 모시겠습니다. 우리 첫 번째 그 수상자이시고, 네, 이거 우리 재미가 시의장님이 드리는 건데 못 오셔서 우리
재미랑 대신 드립니다. 죄송해요.
그다음에 그 두 번째는 우리 조익현 회장님 잘 아시는 것처럼 조익현 회장님 올림픽과 하버드에 있는 그 건물이 바로 옛날 저기 저 끝에 건물입니다. 그게 오늘 그렇게 되어 있는데 거기에서 한미 에스크롤 지금 38년째 하고 계셔서 그래서 조익현 회장님에게 또 이 공로장 드립니다. CEO 한미 에스크롤. He's a CEO 한미 에스크롤. 이번에는 그 코리아타운에서 약 40년간 소아과 의사로서 지금 어린애부터 쭉 본 어린애부터는 환자 수는 거 아닌데 한 10,000명 된대요. 그래 코리아타운에서 40년 소아과 병원을 운영하신 이하성 박사님에게 코리아타운 공로장을 드립니다. KPS 오브 하성이 닥터 하성이 소아과 있어요. 한인 교계를 대표하는 그런 그 목사님을 또 저희들이 한번 모셨습니다. 우리 한기형 목사님 나성 동산교회 오래 목회하시고 또 그 전에도 LA 그 기독교 교회협의회 회장님을 하셨는데 또 이번에 봉사도 하시는데 한기형 목사님 공로장입니다. 이제 해마다 저희들이 이제 오늘 저희들이 1세들이 이렇게 하고 내년에는 2세들이 그 커미티를 이제 만들어서 이 코리아타운 데이 셀러브레이션도 하고 하는데 그렇게 내년에도 미리 추천을 받아서 더 많은 분이 코리아타운을 위해서 큰일 하신 그 공로장을 드리는 거를 하기로 그렇지 그쪽에서 더 많은 숫자로 그렇게 했습니다.
I think it's very important to recognize the history and legacy that our current generation has built for the next generation. Koreatown was nothing, and everyone in this room contributed to making it a diverse, culturally important, and a landmark destination in Los Angeles. So we would like to give our sincere thanks to everyone in this room. And we hope you'll enjoy the lovely lunch that JJ Grand Hotel has prepared. And if you have any questions or need anything, please speak to Chairman Min or anyone in this room. We can just participate and collaborate to create an amazing Koreatown Day next year. Thank you. 식사 이제
예, 식사.
안 나오나요?
이제 나올까요?
네, 지금 나올
그럼 장학금 주는
아, 장학금.
예, 지금 이번에 또 처음으로 우리 한인 2세들이 코리아타운에 대해서 그림을 그려서 코리아타운을 이렇게 자랑스럽게 생각하는 그 학생에게 한 명을 선발해서 장학금을 그렇게 주기로 했습니다. 그래서 장학금을 주기로 해서 우리 보이스박이
So, 올해 2018년도 Arts Competition What is Koreatown? 장학생이 한국에서 오신 아주 유능한 아티스트예요. 그리고 지금 현재 파사디나 아트 센터에서 공부하시고 Her name is G Park 하고 여기 있는 아주 예쁜 그림을 다 혼자서 만들었대요. 그래서 이번 it was actually focused on culture, diversity, innovation, and community. And we felt that there was a leadership board of 6 that decided that she was the #1 recipient for this year's entries. And she is a Pasadena Art Center student in her junior year. And she is a well-rounded artist. Please meet her before you leave today. But we'd love to present a $1,000 scholarship for our winning entry. Let me present to you G Park. Thank you. Come up here.
안녕하세요. 저는 한국에서 3년 전에 와서 유학생을 하고 있는 박지연이라고 합니다. 일단 여기까지 지금의 코리아타운의 모습을 만들어주느라 열심히 노력해 오신 분들에게 모두 감사의 말씀을 전하고 싶고요. 저희 같은 유학생들에게 제2의 집을 만들어주셔서 정말 감사했고 오늘 이 행사에 참가해서 그 자리를 빛내는데 제가 보탤 수 있어서 정말로 기쁘다고 말씀드리고 싶습니다. 만나서 반갑습니다. First of all, I wanted to thank you for everyone who contributed a lot to build the Koreatown that it is right now. Because for foreigners and students who's studying in LA right now, Koreatown is a second house that we can always visit whenever we are homesick. So it was a big honor for me to join this celebration today, and I wanted to thank you for everyone who put this place. Thank you so much.
이건 뭐 딱 우리 이게 정해진 시간으로 거기 나와 있는 것처럼 정해진 시간으로 이게 순서를 지냈는데 이제 식사가 나올 시간인데요. 제가 그냥 두 가지 식사는 거기 주문하신 대로 식사가 바로 지금 12시 50분부터 서브가 돼서 하는데 식사를 하시면서 두 가지 이 순서가 있습니다. 제가 여기 오신 분 간단하게 소개 말씀은 너무 귀하신 분들 오셔서 소개 말씀 드리고 두 번째 식사를 하시면서 어느 분도 나오셔서 이 마이크를 잡으시고 또 코리아타운의 날을 앞으로나 또 여러 가지 무슨 말씀도 다 좋은 그 단체장님의 발언을 하시는 그런 시간입니다. 그냥 편안하시게 어느 분 지정이나 그런 건 없이 나오셔서 식사하시는 분 하시고 또 뭐 여러 가지 의견이나 또 좋은 말씀 해주시면 하고 제가 식사가 이제 서브가 됩니다. 지금 다 나오기 시작을 하는데 식사가 12시 50분부터 서브가 돼서 지금 아마 식사를 1시 20분, 25분까지 하시게 그렇게 되거든요. 그러니까 바로 저걸 하고 제가 참 감사하다는 말씀 첫째, 둘째, 셋째인데 여기 또 아침에 그 어려운 주차장으로 LA 시청에 오셔서 결의안 통과되는 걸 직접 보시고 축하하시고 하셨고 또 여기 오셨는데 너무 시청에 오셨다가 다 여기 오셨어요. 그래서 거의 다 오셨는데 그래서 내가 여기 계신 분 다시 한 번만 그냥 식사 나오는 동안에 이 앞 테이블을 제가 조금 소개 좀 해드리겠습니다. 식사는 바로 계속 나올 거고 그러면서 소개 끝나면서 뭐 이렇게 조지 회장님 같은 김시면 회장님 친구로 나오셨는데 이렇게 마이크가 아주 뭐 이렇게 말씀하시면 어떤 의견도 좋습니다. 그래서 그렇게 편안하시게 오늘은 그냥 편안하시게 좋은 그 축하의 오찬임이 됩니다. 다시 한번 우리 김진영 이 테이블 첫 번째 테이블을 제가 잠시 좀 다시 한번 소개해드리겠습니다. 우리 김진영 코리아타운 그 파운더 그다음에 코리아 페스티벌 창시자인데 제가 한국일보에 74년부터 있으면서 지난해 이 책을 썼습니다. 제가 코리아타운과 근데 저기다 제가 지금 한 60권을 가져온 것 같은데 다 하고 다음에 저거면 내가 또 드리겠습니다. 그래서 이거의 주인공이신 우리 김진영 회장님 다시 한 번만 우리 박수 한 번 좀 부탁드립니다. 처음으로 우리 김진영 회장님의 친여동생 우리 또 함께 또 이렇게 하셨습니다. 그 다음에 우리 이형숙 회장님 전 연세대학교 회장 하시는데 우리 평통회 부회장님 또 아는 그 봉사 하시는 우리 이형숙 우리 회장님. 네. 그 다음에 김부은 교수님 저 앞에 책을 애국지사의 꿈이라는 책을 제가 내는데 그 책을 영문으로 번역하신 우리 김부은 그 변호사님이세요. 근데 지금 교수님이신데 김부은 변호사님. 그 옆이 우리 대한인 국민의 기념재단 여기 입구에 들어오는데 축하 화환이 있는데 대한인 국민의 기념재단 배국희 이사장님이십니다. 그러면 두 분은 같은 집에 사시는 분이십니다. 그 다음에 이하성 박사님 소아과 의사로 한인타운에서 본 환자가 10,000명 정도 그 다음에 조익현 회장님 참 아주 상공회의소 민주평통 모든 단체에 참 아주 훌륭하신 우리 조익현 회장님. 네. 우리 총영사님을 대신해서 김한중 인상 총영사님 바쁘신데 아침에 오시고 정말 고맙습니다. 먼저 소개한 우리 윌셔 이벨 극장의 진저 프레지던트 얘기할게요. 같이 우리 재미 어디지?